Perhaps along the way you may learn more about this Everett.
I forbid you to linger a moment longer.
And he's back.
Like a divine comet, dive from the outer reaches and spread light and understanding to the inner
Please.
worlds.
I'm not leaving.
Yet more insolence.
Alright. Got another game here today. Return to Grace. It's kind of a newer game. I just saw it on Game Pass and I thought it looked really cool. And the title screen is not letting me down. Like, what the fuck is going on in the background here? This looks crazy. Let's start it.
Stick's not responding.
Let's turn this light off.
Can you take control?
The storm is interfering with my senses.
We're about 1,000 years in the future.
Hold on.
Impact in 10, 9, oh, there it is. Addie? Addie, please respond.
Everything hurts.
You've been out for nearly an hour.
What's our status, Alan?
We've crashed.
Yeah, I got that.
My hull is intact. Thrusters 2 and 4 are damaged and will require realignment.
So will my back. Can you let me out?
Not before we talk about your suit.
Okay, talk.
I'm reading green on seals, green on batteries. Thermals are, well, not green, but fine, and you have 5.35 hours of oxygen, maybe 6 if we run the scrubbers hot. But Addie, we've had this discussion before. You won't have
Alan,
enough to...
It's fine. I have a plan.
I'm concerned that...
I have a plan.
Understood.
Now, open the hatch.
The canopy hydraulics are not responding. You'll have to pull the manual release.
Okay. Looks like we're... Okay. I gotta pull the manual release.
Seriously.
Okay, so we're...
Stupid piece of
We're
junk.
Addie.
I'm right here.
Ooh. Oh my god. This game is already beautiful.
Visibility's terrible. Any sign of the spire?
I'm not picking up anything new, just the original beacon signal. You'll need to use your wayfinder to locate an entry point, if there is one.
All right. Let's figure out where you're at, Grace.
You know the beacon could be anything. A lost colony, a relay station.
200 distinct oral histories can't be wrong, Alan. Grace is here. I can't believe this storm. Where would this have come from?
There is record of ancient terraforming on other moons. I think it's safe to assume that Ganymede is not an exception.
There's something man-made here.
We found some sort of antenna. We found a station.
It's like a weather station, or maybe a seismic station? It looks the era of that relay from the Dawes Sea dig. It's at least 700 years old, Alan. There's a little bridge here. There wouldn't be much sense of building this if we weren't within walking distance of the spire.
By all estimates, the beacon is within 400 meters.
This looks climbable.
Alright. Nice.
Which way here?
Got a bridge. And another bridge. And we'll take the left. Second might have went the same way.
Oh no!
Oh shit.
Yep, there goes the back again.
What happened?
Oh, my
Fell
poor
into
back.
a stupid fissure. Looking for a new way to reach the spire. Or at least someplace where it will be easier to find my body. Looks a little tight. It's opened up again.
Oh, we found another one.
Another station. Too close together to be weather stations.
So seismic then. Icequakes would be the risk of building. So it makes sense they would track activity. The surface temperature is dropping. We can't maintain your thermals much longer.
We're close. I can feel it.
I wish I shared your optimism.
We found something.
Oh my god. This has to be it.
What are you seeing, Addie?
I'm looking at what must be the spire superstructure. I can't imagine how something this big has gone undetected for this long.
A 500-year-old storm?
I don't know. Doesn't seem possible. I can see an exhaust port that might be low enough to jump to.
There's also a ladder back there, but I don't think I could get on it. Here we go. Ooh, it's real
Did
icy.
you make it, Addie?
I'll let you know in 1 sec. I'm
We
in.
made it.
All right, Grace. Let's find out what you've been up to for the past 900 years.
Oh, my head is huge. It's so dark. Fucking crawl space, we found it. There's a wall on either side.
Hope my light still works.
Ooh, yeah, it works good. It's really shiny in here. Alright.
You should see this spooky tunnel I'm in, Alan.
And why would I want that?
Come on, you're not excited?
You crash-landed me in a frozen hellscape and left me for salvage.
10 years of research, not to mention 6 months of spaceflight, are about to pay off.
But at what cost?
Don't ruin this for me.
Okay.
Looks like the tunnels can be air sealed. I'm guessing large parts of the station could be pressurized. Looks like a bit of a labyrinth, but I'm still picking up the signal ahead.
And you can still hear me?
Loud and clear, buddy.
So I'm guessing we gotta turn on the air.
The structure looks to be in decent condition.
Another good sign.
Everything about this place looks 30th century to me. It's the right era, the right size.
Don't say it, Addie. We've had our hopes dashed before.
Well, this, I thought I was with another human when we first got in the game. But, this AI is pretty good. I guess it is 1,000 years in the future.
Well, these can't be powered. Must be airflow in the tunnels. I have to say, there's more atmosphere than I was expecting.
Not nearly enough to survive.
This one's broken. I think I can crawl through. Jeez. That's gotta be over 15 meters.
And if gravity here is 1/6 of that on Earth, then a 15-meter fall here would be the equivalent of falling less than 3 meters at standard G, which you've mastered a couple of times already on the moon's surface.
So that means I can jump down there.
It's probably fine.
I could calculate outcome probabilities based on previous drop impacts if you've already jumped, haven't you?
Gosh, I hope this is the right way.
Addie's braver than I am.
Oh boy, this is slick.
Addie?
Oh no.
We're falling. Oh, at least the tile work is nice.
Whoa.
Are you hurt, Addie?
I'm working on
Factory
it.
is huge.
The structure is enormous. This has to be the Gray Spire, Alan.
And there it is. The perfect setup for disappointment.
Oh, everything is teal.
I found the beacon. The transmitter is on some sort of console.
It must be part of a control network for the megastructure.
You think we can make a connection here?
Theoretically, if you run a scan, I can attempt to connect. The interface language is quite old and sophisticated, but we should be able to calibrate your computer to interact. You can use your gyroscope to sync with the terminal. I have the first calibration position. The meter will indicate when you are close. Watch the meter closely and move your hands slowly. First position is locked. Second calibration position is up. That's 2, and here's the final position. That's it. We're in. Accessing the network now. Oh,
It's locking us in.
Shit. Alan, you there?
Oh no.
Alan?
Hello.
Oh,
A visitor. Let's have a look.
Where's Alan? Who is this?
Who is this? Who are you? Entering a home without knowing its host.
Are you... Grace?
Good question. I'm not entirely Grace. I'm running on just a small part of her logic processing.
Grace is still here.
And what brings you here?
My name is Adamari Ito. I'm an explorer.
I must apologize, Adamori. It would appear I have lost much of my capacity. I cannot see very far beyond the room we are in.
I've lost connection with my ship's AI.
You won't need Alan here. I can show you around.
Will you be able to let me out of this room?
Of course. But until we are able to restore power to the station, I will require your assistance. There should be a manual winch set in the floor at the foot of one of the sliding doors.
This must be it.
Working the winch will open the door.
Do you know where Grace has been all this time?
Grace went somewhere?
She's been gone for hundreds of years.
I am running on a very old server. My memories predate the completion of the Gray Spire.
Grace ushered in humanity's golden age. Peace across the system, booming interplanetary trade, scientific marvels, colonies beyond the orbit of Neptune. And then she was gone, and it all fell apart.
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Well, you're a lot more than an archaeologist usually gets.
sweet.
The first step to restoring Grace is to bring the Spire's power station back online.
Let's do it.
I'll light the way.
What do I do here?
This is a security panel. I am decrypting the pattern now. Ah, yes. Simple enough. You'll need to light up 9 buttons, forming a square at the center of the panel.
Okay. The 9 buttons in the center.
That is what I said.
If you're not Grace, then
Well, she kind of says.
what do I call you?
I don't believe there are any identification strings in my base logic that would suffice.
I'll call you Logic then. For now. Until we have a better idea of who you are. And, you can call me Addie.
I will refer to you as Addie, then, until we have a better idea of who you are. Do they not have squares where you are from?
Just give me a second.
Wait, that's more than 9.
Light
Did you
only
mean?
the 9 lights at the direct center of the panel.
Did you
You
mean?
need to toggle the other lights off.
Did you mean all of them? Okay. Yeah, you meant all of them. Okay.
So what exactly are you?
The station's emergency server had defaulted to Grace's original logic processing. That's me, as you've suggested. The server can also run a program dedicated to the control of infrastructure, and a third system dedicated solely to empathizing with and understanding humans. When power is restored, Grace's primary servers should come online, and we will become some small part of Grace's consciousness. Go ahead and activate the elevator.
This looks like metallic rock.
The power station is set into the spire's foundation stone.
The foundation stone would have been an asteroid, right?
Most certainly. About 50 cubic kilometers, from what I can recall.
Amazing. Most accounts of Grace's origins talk about an asteroid being pulled from the heavens. Makes sense. There wouldn't be any construction resources on Ganymede and nothing to anchor the structure. I can't imagine the effort it would have taken to redirect an asteroid that big. We don't do anything like that today. Can you open this?
With some difficulty. I will need to direct power from logic to control processing, and I will not function at the same cognitive level until full power is restored.
What do you mean, at the same level?
Good luck, Addie.
Shit, we're on our own.
You still there?
Where would I have gone?
Oh,
You sound a little
Jesus.
different.
Just stronger. The voice of control resonates through the very walls of the structure. I shall start the turbine after you prime the generators that open the spillway.
And this turbine still works?
It worked before, and it will work again. You shall find the generators on the platform at the other side of the room.
Alrighty. You know what's in these?
Go to the 3 generators overlooking the turbine.
Alright, fine. But not because you told me to.
You must prime the generators first.
Makes sense.
Just let me push buttons. Control is very demanding.
What happened here? Someone ripped this apart.
Enough, Addie. You must go to the generators.
So, why do you need me to start these?
Tradition.
It's
A
almost-
time-honored failsafe of including human hands in the operation of this station.
Interesting. This could be foreshadowing. This might not be the nicest AI once we get it going.
So, do you share memories with the logic
Could just be
processor?
playing nice now.
Indeed. We are all part of Grace. Aspects of her infinite power. Shadows of what was, and promises of what will be.
And they
I
worship
was the
it like
light
a
that
god.
shone in the darkness. I was the hand that divided the firmament.
This one just sort of She's sort of giving us
The
information.
turbine has failed us.
That's not good.
I must call upon you to cast out the wicked instrument.
The what?
It's
The broken
glowing
turbine.
red when he talks.
You must go to it now.
Alright.
Oh, he's speaking very in like biblical terms. You have to cast it out. Is this functional? Without the turbine? Oh yeah.
Going down. I'm safe to be down here, right?
You shall not be harmed. You must uncouple the safety latches.
That sounds unsafe.
It is not.
It is not.
You must now go to the magnetic crane.
You're sure I'll be able to fix this?
If you trust in my word, yes.
I don't know if I trust in your word or not yet. I can understand you wanting to come back online, but man, it feels strange. Like, where are all the humans?
You must first cast out the old turbine.
Out with the old and in with the new.
Now cast aside the wretched unit. Now you shall place the new turbine.
This might be like a portal type situation. Oh, nice. It's really bright now.
Hello?
Everett, is that you?
Grace?
Everett.
Behold my power.
What's happened?
I am reborn.
Oh no.
Humanity will once again flourish in the brightness of my glory.
This isn't right. Our processing has not combined. Grace has not been restored.
I think she was here for a moment. She was calling to someone. Do you know who Everett is?
No. With power restored, my mind is clearer, sharper. But I could not tell you who Everett is.
You must leave this place at once. Return to your vessel and spread word of my return.
Oh no.
From Sol's fiery core to the icy Kuiper expanse, all must know.
I've hijacked the volume control. I don't feel like this is going to be a short commandment. We'll see how long before he notices.
It took me nearly a year to get here. I want to know if Grace can be brought back.
There is more complex to explore if you head back to the control room through which you entered. We should determine where in the megastructure my central processors are located. Perhaps along the way you may learn more about this Everett.
I forbid you to linger a moment longer.
And he's back.
Like a divine comet, dive from the outer reaches and spread light and understanding to the inner
Please.
worlds.
I'm not leaving.
Yet more insolence.
He's mad.
So, are there any accounts as to why Grace was shut down in the first place?
There's no electronic record at all. That would have been lost during the Great Dark Age.
Dark Age?
Much of humanity's record keeping would have been managed by Grace. So, she went down 900 years ago, so did the ability to record what happened. The research that led me here was based on oral histories mostly, and some artifacts we uncovered on Earth and Mars. Relay devices that were once connected to Grace's network.
Then we share an interest in shedding light on this Dark Age.
Okay, so logic seems chill. Control is out of his mind.
From what
His
I can
little
tell,
robot mind.
there is some sort of transit system on the other side of the control room. which should lead you to the other parts of the spire.
Got it.
I will illuminate the door leading to this transit system. Alas, I require your nimble fingers again.
Alright, what's the pattern?
Another easy one. The Phoenician letter Tau.
Who would know that?
I don't know. Perhaps an archaeologist? How about the Greek letter Chi? The Roman numeral 10?
Okay.
Please tell me you know your Roman numerals. How about a big fat X? You know that one? Perhaps it's the symbol you use to sign documents.
Just give me a sec.
Does it matter where I put it? Or how big it is? Did I do it? Bigger one?
Got it.
This is not the way to your ship.
Do you believe Grace could have done something to cause humans to turn on her?
Like what?
Like becoming too overbearing?
Humans would have been given no reason to question my bearing.
It's one of my theories, yes? This must be the main entrance. I'm guessing the landing pad is on
This
the other
is
side of the big
nice.
doors.
That's correct, Addy.
Should just stay here.
Though the pad appears to be buried
Look at
under
these
meters of
leather
ice.
seats. Wow. Fancy.
This looks Olympian or Neo-Egyptian. The triangle must represent the spire. Beautiful, don't you think?
Does it matter if it's beautiful?
That's another way to see it, sure.
What is this for?
What are these for?
They appear to be terminals for processing visitors to the spire, but they no longer store any useful information.
Cool statue. Or maybe it's a mobile. Do the little moons move?
Perhaps at one point in time, though I'm not sure of the relevance of that.
Just curious. Is this an airlock?
Yes, the spire beyond this point can be pressurized. I assume your suit has limited oxygen?
I have about 5 hours left.
That's quite a risk you're taking. Were you assuming station life support could be restored?
Well, can it?
I believe so. But for reasons I'll never understand, life support is controlled by empathy processing. I suppose they had to give it something to do. I will enable that programming now.
We're getting another one?
Hello, Addie.
Hello.
Oh god.
So you're
Hello?
going to get oxygen going?
The process has already begun, my friend. No rush.
Oh, you're
If
real
you let
chill.
me accompany you along the path ahead, I can balance the environment to your life force as we walk.
Oh, here we go.
We're in. Oh.
Wow.
This is nice.
How are these plants still intact?
They must have been subject to a very sudden drop in temperature while still alive.
What is this place?
Remaining connected to one's natural world is important for a person's well-being. A fitting starting point for those entering the structure, don't you think? Do you recognize any of the objects in this section of the garden?
Yeah, you
I'd
just
love
got
to
like
know
a
what you think
random
of them.
ass anvil.
For the calibration process.
I think it's silly that you have an anvil here next to a cat statue.
I have no idea what this is. A weapon or tool of some kind?
It's a device for working metal. Why do you suppose it's in this garden, Addie?
Don't
It
know.
could be a symbol of hard work.
An industrious future? Or a laborious past, perhaps?
Am I doing this right?
You are doing splendidly.
I'm sorry. This cannot possibly be necessary.
Temperature preferences can vary considerably between individuals. Careful calibration is essential.
How about above freezing and we proceed?
It's really up to Addie. If you don't wish to consider more objects, I can set the temperature within a survivable range, and you can move on to the flower bed next to the stairs.
Listen, Logic, I just want to look at this. Oh, it's not a cat, it's like a fox.
This statue could be outer colonial. It's simple, but it's quite beautiful, I guess.
And why would its beauty matter?
People like pretty things.
A human truth spanning thousands of years.
What's the point of this, Addie?
I'm an explorer. I'm here to learn. This looks like Pacific Revival.
True that.
Part of an archway, maybe. That's a pretty big piece to ship all this way.
So it must be important. Even though it's no longer holding up a roof.
I guess its purpose has changed.
As can happen with people, too. You're not a planner, are you?
I've been told that.
Do you see them, Addie? Life in perfect stillness? The flowers defying the hoarfrost. As you have defied the emptiness of space to arrive here.
I guess.
Which one are you?
Pardon me?
Which one of these blooms best embodies your spirit?
Seriously?
It's important I know these things in the balancing of illuminatory ergonomics.
Fancy words do not make this any less idiotic.
Go ahead, Addie. There are no wrong choices.
What flower am I? A yellow flower? Or maybe
By
a
all
red
means, take
flower?
your time if you need it.
Of course. Is there any other choices? We'll just be red.
This one.
I had a feeling you'd pick that.
Thank
You're
you.
a risk taker. There's a passion in you, a fire you can barely contain that drives you to complete your mission. I'm making the lighting adjustments now. Perfect timing. The room is fully compressed and we can go about setting oxygen levels.
Call me old-fashioned, but how about the traditional 21%?
Go ahead and seat yourself at the center of the pergola.
The what?
Is this a
There's also
lantern?
here.
An expression of our certainty in the flow
That is
of
not
time.
the only places I can sit.
How so?
A craftsman spent months carving this remarkable device based on the absolute certainty that after day, night would follow.
Alright, I follow.
What would you say these objects have in common?
They're artifacts from long before the building of the station.
The things we leave behind say something about us, don't they?
What a society leaves behind is all we have in understanding how they lived.
But we're interested in what you were willing to leave behind in order to come here.
Haven't left a whole lot, to be honest.
I believe that's all I will need to set the perfect temperature.
Finally.
You can move to the pergola in the center of the room.
So you are talking about this. Yeah.
Very good. Now, when you're ready, you can remove your helmet.
My helmet?
Of course. You can't sample the air I've prepared with it on.
And you're sure it's safe?
Your well-being is the most important thing, Addie. I'm certain it is safe.
Okay.
Now I want you to take a deep breath. A nice, deep breath. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1, and release. Beautiful. And when you're ready, another deep breath in. Deep as you can, Addie. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and release. Very good, Addie. Feel all that built-up stress from your long journey here release into the ether.
Oh,
Oh,
please.
yeah.
Shut
All
out
of it.
any negative energy and take in another life-nurturing breath. Fill those marvelous lungs.
They are pretty
Hold
marvelous,
it.
aren't they?
3, 2, 1, and release. Wonderful.
Even the
Oh,
station
yeah, I
has a
feel way
limited
better
supply
now.
of oxygen.
Next, I want you to really open your body by reaching up toward the sky.
Oh yeah. Let's get a good stretch. Oh yeah. That feels good.
Wonderful. How's that feel, Addie?
Kinda nice?
And we're almost done the calibration. For our last exercise, I will ask you to stand up.
Okay.
Now, once you're centered, you can hold your hands in a relaxed position in front of you. Now transfer your weight onto one foot. I want you to hold that for 10 seconds.
Okay.
What could this possibly have to do with oxygen levels?
It's about balancing.
Literal balancing? Unbelievable.
Almost there. 3, 2.
Jeez.
Let's try again.
Oh my god. Come on, Addie, we can do this.
Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and that's 10 seconds. Excellent, Addie. We've done great work here today. I've made note of these settings for the other parts of the station.
So we can move to the transit system now?
The door out is just up the stairs past the flowers.
I'll do my best to get the oxygen mix just right in the rest of the station. Just let me know if anything is not quite working for you.
You don't suspect Grace was shut down in a human conflict?
Maybe. Or you were abandoned over time.
Abandoned?
We've walked away from a lot of great things.
Logic didn't seem to like that.
Very cool.
These tracks move transport pods to other levels of this complex.
Let's see if we can get this thing working. You wouldn't build a system like this if you didn't need to move a lot of people, which bodes well for finding something cool at the other end. This must be the transit control room. Looks like people worked here. This looks like a welder's jetpack. It's been disassembled for some reason. This one looks to be in working order.
I'm gonna get to use a jetpack.
These look like crystal core processors. Amazing.
Do you still use this technology?
They'd be too expensive to build today.
Okay, I think I'm gonna cut this episode here, and then in the next one, it looks like we're gonna get to use a jetpack to get transit working again. Alrighty.